Welcome to The Big Idea. I'm your host, Jason Seymour. I'm the spokesperson for the U.S. mission to ASEAN. And the mission started this show because there are so many amazing Southeast Asian leaders who we should all get to know. They have insights for us, they have advice for us, and we want to be inspired to take our big ideas and turn them into realities as they have. Now today, I have a special guest. The U.S. mission works with the U.S. American Business Council on an internship program. We have internship opportunities at U.S. companies throughout Southeast Asia, and we hope that you in the audience will consider applying for one of these internship opportunities. So our guest today is named Nadira, and she participated in one of these internship opportunities. So let's bring her in now and say hello. Hello, Nadira.
Hi.
So nice to see you. We were chatting a little beforehand, so I won't say nice to meet you because we've met and we've already started chatting. And I'm so looking forward to talking to you today about this program. It's a very special opportunity. I did 2 internships myself before I became a working professional, a paid working professional. So there's a lot to talk about, but I want to take a step back and I want to get to know you a little bit. So you grew up in Aceh, which is in Indonesia. And I have never been to Aceh. Many of our guests have never been to Aceh. So what would you like to tell us about Aceh, your hometown? What should we know?
Before that, I want to say thank you to all the organizers who invited me to become one of the speakers for this show. And I hope that I can give valuable and informative information to all the audience. My name is Nadira. I'm originally from Indonesia and I come from a small province named Aceh. Aceh is a province that located in the, if you see the map of Indonesia, it's located in the top of the Indonesian. And Aceh, all the thing that I can say to Aceh is a very beautiful province. The nature are very good, the weather are nice, and Aceh has a great history. Aceh has a many heritage, and Aceh has many beaches. So if you're willing to go to Aceh, you can go to such as Sabang Island. So you can go diving there, snorkeling, and do water sport there. Aceh also has one of a very popular dance. It's called Tari Saman. If you know, Tari Saman is well known as a thousand hands. So it's very popular and it has been shown in many international events and also national events in Indonesia.
Fantastic.
So another thing that Aceh is one of the special region in Indonesia. So we have our own law named Syariah law. So basically we here the majority are Muslims. And we apply Sharia law in our daily life, the regulation based on the Sharia.
And how would someone, now Indonesia is wonderfully multicultural. You have people with a lot of different religious perspectives. You have a large Christian community. How are people who are not Muslim, who do not practice Sharia, how are they treated if they visit Aceh or they're living in Aceh?
People in here are very respect to the tourists. So we also have, if you're willing to go to Aceh, but you cannot say like you don't have any language to speak in Indonesian, in here we have many mm, uh, like the agency, the tourism agency. You can go there, and then they will provide what you need. So
Mhm.
they very take care of the tourists.
And your parents, were your parents professionals while you were growing up? Did your father and mother work?
My father, he is an entrepreneur, and my mother, she is a professional housewife. So my mother work at home.
How does she feel? How does your mother feel about her daughter pursuing academic experiences, working at a U.S. company in an internship, being a professional? Is she proud of you? Does she feel another way? How does she respond to your
Mm,
choices?
she is a very good mother. I can say that she always support me. She always give me the chance to do whatever I want to do.
Mhm.
I think she's proud of me. I think,
Mhm.
yeah, because she is my mother, and she's a very give me freedom to just everything that I want to in my life.
Mhm. And is that common in Aceh? Do girls work outside of the home? Do they pursue higher education? Is that common, or were you unusual in Aceh?
In Aceh, it's usually same like other province in Indonesia. The women and men go to school in the state or in the private school. So it's basically like the same as the other educational system. So maybe
Mhm.
in here we have a Islamic school also. In this Islamic school, like the woman and the men will be separate in the class. So you only can see men in the men classroom and women in the woman classroom. They didn't make them in one class.
Mhm. And tell our audience about your university experience.
My university experience. So I graduated from Syah Kuala University. It is a university in my province. My major is international accounting program, so I'm an economic student. My university is one of the reputable university. So because of that, my university offers many programs also, not only for academic but also they offer non-academic activities. My university is quite a very good university. They give us uh, many experience to feel like not only academic kind of thing, but also non-academic thing. Mm.
Mhm. And somehow you heard that the United States had this special internship opportunity. How did you hear about this program?
Oh, well, for this program, actually, before I graduate, I had a chance to do internship in one of the bank state in my province, located in my province, but it's under the Minister of State-owned Enterprises. So I did my internship there, and then I found that I'm very passionate about working in the company. So after I graduate, I just thought that I want to work in a company. Uh, because before of that, I have an internship in national company. So why don't I think that I want to upgrade it to international company? And after I graduate, I fixed my LinkedIn. If you know it, LinkedIn is a app for the job seeker, where the job seeker and the job hunter meet. So after that, I follow some of US company also in my LinkedIn, Like one of that is GE. So after I graduate, I moved to Jakarta, and then I got the chance to apply for this internship by my LinkedIn, and after by my LinkedIn, and then it directly goes me to the General Electric website. So in that time, I know that GE has an internship. But before that, I know General Electric is the American multinational companies that operates in many segments, such as for the aviation, healthcare, power, and I also have my senior that for accounting for those who work for those who learn in accounting departments, just like me. He is one of the GE employee, and he ever come from Singapore, because he's located in Singapore now. He come to our university, and he gives a speech. So that's the first time I know that GE has a internship program also.
Mm-hmm. This
Mm-mm.
opportunity. Absolutely. Now, were you nervous about working for a U.S. company when you were offered this internship?
Pardon, Jason?
Were you nervous? Were you nervous? You were GE selected you for this internship program. Were you nervous? Were you agitated? Were you excited? How were you feeling when you got the news that you had been selected?
Yeah. At first, I'm very nervous. Like I'm excited, and because like I come from a small province in Indonesia, and GE is located in the capital city of Indonesia, in Jakarta. So at the first time that they call me by phone, like saying that I'm accepted in the first phase, which is the administration process. Like I submit my CV and sort of the things. It makes me like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
it's very wow for me. And for the internship, for the interview, there's an interesting story because I always like do interview in formal way, like I'm using blazer, and the color is black and white, and it's very formal. Like I always do interview thing in that way in my province. But when I come to GE, the people are wearing a very casual and very cool clothes. Like I'm the one who wearing a very formal. So at the first time, like I'm a little bit feel insecure because of my background. But gratefully they didn't say it. They are very valuable people. They are very respect. Yeah, it's a very interesting story.
Well, I have to say, a general good piece of advice when one is going to an interview is it never hurts to be a little overdressed. It's
Mm-mm.
better to be overdressed than underdressed. So you
Yes.
made the right choice. You made the right choice. Now, when you got the internship at GE, well,
Mm-hmm.
we have a question from our audience related to your internship. This question is from Casper from Thailand, and he
Mm-mm.
wants to know more about your responsibilities. What kind of tasks did they give you to work on?
So when I did my internship, so I was a finance intern. So I did the finance things like the administrations also, and also like they give me very very good tasks. I mean, like maybe some of the internship program they will ask us to do like maybe that thing that are important, but in GE is a very all of the things are important. So they give me some tasks like to it allows me to learn. it is very allows me to learn about the finance, especially at that time I was responsible for the finance reporting and also tax. So I did learn a lot in that when I did my internship. So so in GE we have the system, and my supervisor there are willing to teach me how to do all my job there. So it's a very interesting because, and also they are willing to answer all my questions regarding the job as a finance. It's a very it's a very interesting it's a very interesting, and they always give me an important task to do.
Mhm. Now, did you have to push them to give you interesting tasks? Did you have to request it? Did you have to say, I want to do more, or I want to do something more challenging, or something related to finance? Did you have to tell them, or did they just give you tasks?
So in my case, there are two kind of this thing. First is I already have the task to do, like it's a regular finance internship do during their time, and also like they ask us to become more active, like to ask another job, or maybe we want to know more about this company. They also give us the access for that. So yeah, it's basically we already have our own responsibility, and if we want more, they will give us.
It's a really good point. Casper from Thailand said, lucky you, Nadira. He's very happy that you had a good experience. But this is a general tip for anyone in an internship experience, or maybe your first job, is to not just be passive. And by that, I mean, don't just respond to what you're being given. If you have goals, or you want to learn something, or you want to get a specific value out of an internship or a new job, sometimes you have to push a little in a respectful and professional way, of course, but sometimes you have to say, you know, you're not giving me enough, or you're not challenging me enough, I can handle more. So sometimes you do have to be a little assertive to make sure you get a full and rich experience with your internship.
I believe in internship experience. In internship, you have to ask more. You have to be very active because you know, like everyone already has their own job. So I can say that they're busy. But if we, as a finance, as an intern, we ask for more, they are willing to give us more. So we have to be very active because in internship, it's our time to learn. Like when you are in the professional experience, like when you're working in a company, you have to be responsible, like you already have your own tasks, and internship program is a very useful for you to learn more.
Yeah. And internship, it's a two-way conversation. That the people who are your supervisors and your bosses, they're very, very busy. So if you want to have a full experience, exactly, you have to talk, you have to speak up, you have to be present, you have to make sure that you're not forgotten. What are some other tips or insights that you gained from the internship that helped you to be a stronger professional for future jobs?
Well, there are so many things that I obtained from my internship. First, like of course, from the knowledge that I obtained in finance things, and also like the time management is also important because we have a lot of job, we have a lot of work to do, and we also have deadline. So you need to pick which task you need to finish first. So your time management, believe me, it will be better. And also like your communication skill, especially me, when you're working in multinational companies such as a US company, English is the first language. So all of the report, and when we did Zoom call meeting, something, it's all in English. So your communication skill will be sharpened, and and also the opportunity to have friends all over the world. Like for my case, I have my college that come from the China, India, Singapore, Malaysia. I can engage with them. So the network, your networking, there's a lot of insight that I gain from my internship experience.
Absolutely, that's excellent. Those are just general professional skills. One of the great advantages to an internship is you get to have a job for a few months, and someone takes a chance on you, and you just get to put your toes in the water. That's a good American expression, and see what it's about. Now, were you doing this internship full time, or were you studying at the same time, or doing other things?
I'm a full-time internship. I did a full-time internship. So I did internship after I graduate. Like 1 month after I finished my study, after all those ceremonies, and so truly have a time for do the full-time internship. So I go to the office at 9 and then go home at 5, 9 to 5 job.
That's fantastic. So when you finished your internship, what did you do next?
Of course, because internship is for learning more, gain more experience. After that, I looking for the professional experience. Like I apply for the job as a finance also, and I'm currently working in one of the startup company in Indonesia. That's and those skills that I gained from my internship at GE is very useful for now. And I feel like I can handle many things, and I can understand many things during when I come to the professional. So it's very helpful.
And another advantage is you can put that you did an internship for a US company on your resume. So when you go to apply for other jobs, you have that experience to say, yes, I've worked for a US company, a multinational company. So that's another very important advantage to participating in an internship program.
Yeah, I believe that it can value me higher than other candidates. Like because I have that background working in US company, like multinational companies such as GE it's become a very additional value. It's bring advantages for me, and also like I can give advice to all the audience here. It's also part because I have that experience.
I have more questions for you, but I ask our audience one more time. If you have any questions for Nadira, please put them in the comment section and I'll ask them, just like I shared Casper's question. So we're definitely open to questions from the audience. Now, I did want to ask you, do you have any particular perspective on your internship program at GE as a woman? Were you treated well? Did you think that men and women were treated equally? What was your experience from that perspective?
So in GE, I think women and men are treated equally. There's no such a huge gap like women can do this, only men can do this. No. It is a very equal. And also maybe there's a very interesting thing is for me personally, because in GE it offers the flexibility. So like the flexibility of time, the flexibility of clothes to wear. It's a very I believe this flexibility gives the employee to prevent from stress during their job. So I also, as an intern, my supervisor are very kind. They are giving me that kind of the thing also, like the flexibility. So I did enjoy, and I feel like, wow, US company is amazing. It's truly amazing. And
I'm so glad to hear that, because a value of the US government and US companies is that people of every persuasion have an opportunity to thrive. And that's definitely a value for us in this internship program. So men, women, people of different national origins throughout Southeast Asia, people of every religion, people of marginalized community, gay and lesbian communities. I mean, just every type of community one can think of. The US government wants those individuals to have an opportunity, and that's a value of ours, and it's a value in this internship program. So I'm glad that you thrived so much and gained so much from this experience. Now, I do want to ask you a couple non-internship questions. So I know that you haven't had the opportunity to travel to the United States yet, but if you did, in 2022, COVID fortunately has calmed down. It's not such a devastating problem anymore, and you can travel. What city would you select in the United States to visit?
Nice question. I think New York. Like, I want to see the very big city like New York, and it known as the city that never die, if I'm not mistaken.
Never sleep.
Like
City that never sleep.
I never sleep. Sorry, never sleep. Never sleep. And I think it's a very yeah. I think New York. I go to New York.
New York.
Because my friends ever visit New York, and then she said that New York are amazing. Yeah, I think I go to New York.
Of course it is. Now, of course, I don't know if you recognize, but behind me is the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco. I'm from Northern California, so I will try to convince you to go to San Francisco. Hopefully you'll get there too. But if I had the opportunity to visit Aceh, what would you want to show me in Aceh? Where would you take me?
If you go to Aceh, don't forget to go to Sabang Island. Maybe you know Bali, right? Bali has a lot of
beaches. I haven't been yet, but I've heard of Bali.
Bali has many beaches. It is very beautiful, and Aceh has very beautiful too. Many beaches in the Sabang Island, especially in Sabang Island. I'll take you there.
All right.
The sea are very blue. The weather are very nice. You have to go. You must come to Sabang.
And what is a special holiday, either in Aceh or Indonesia, that is one of your favorites during the year? A celebration, a holiday, a festival. What's a great time of year in Aceh?
I think the best time is this Idul Fitri. After fasting for 30 days, and then we celebrate it. Sorry?
It's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon. You know, like last year because of this pandemic, I cannot come back to Aceh, and I did celebrate Idul Fitri in Jakarta, and it's totally different what we have in Aceh. It's a very different. Like And then I thought that Fitri in Aceh are the best thing. People come to their family house, and then the government make like festival, Idul Fitri festival. There's a concept of Chinese food. So it's very interesting to have the holiday in Idul Fitri in Aceh.
Mm. Indonesia is a very multicultural country.
Mhm.
Lots of different peoples in Indonesia. So we're almost at the end of the interview, but I'm wondering, is there uh, uh, any additional message that you would like the audience to know about this internship program, being a professional, advice that you have for young, either people in university or just starting out on their new job? What's a word of advice that you would give to them?
I believe the most important thing if you want to start your career or you want to grow your career in your own field, like is you eager to learn. Like whenever the company, what kind of the task you do, you have to do it your best. You have to always hungry for the knowledge. You have to become very active. I can say that because when you're active and your supervisor can see your value, like, oh, this kid is want to learn more, so we can give more responsibility for them. So it's very important to be very active, and you also have to do your job in your best way.
I love.
And the last thing I can say is, because I came from a small city in Indonesia, like don't ever be feeling insecure of your background, because the great company, the good company will give you chance for that. Just bring your value to the company, and doing also the best thing that you can do.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. Definitely. Never, never be ashamed of where you come from, because we
Mm-mm.
all come from somewhere. None of us come out of the womb as experts, as professionals. Life is a constant growing experience of development. And I love the way you put that. Hunger for knowledge. We're always learning, always stay humble. Even if you're 20 and you're in your first job, or you're 60 and nearing retirement, you're still learning. You never stop learning. That's what keeps life interesting. That's what keeps work interesting. And that is what makes internships working. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
we have to wrap up our conversation, but I do want to say again that to our audience, so the US mission to ASEAN and the US American Business Council have this very special internship program. We'll put more information about the program in the description to this video. You can also find information on our website. So we have more than 100 internship opportunities this year. So I implore you to hunt for this. And this video is being recorded in 2021, but this is an ongoing program. Nadira went in 2020. This internship program will continue. So if you're seeing this a few years after it was first recorded, the internship program likely still exists. So please reach out to the US Mission to ASEAN and we will get you started and help you apply for the program. So again, Nadira, thank you so much. You represented this internship program so well. I'm glad you had such a positive experience and it has helped you develop as a professional. And I look forward to visiting Aceh someday, meeting you in person, and I'm sure we'll have a good time. All right, well, thanks so much. And thank you to the audience. Goodbye for now. Until the next time.